What's going on, golf addicts? This is Tour Junkies After Dark presented by DK Sportsbook. This is the Travelers Championship 2023. We've got an elevated event, a stacked field, yes, even on the heels of the U.S. Open. I'm DB, and I'm riding solo tonight. My boy Pat's on vacation. I've done the show myself. I actually had a great talk with Hunter Mahan. If you don't know who Hunter Mahan was, he's a six-time PGA Tour winner. He's won over $30 million on the golf course professionally. And he's the first-time winner of the Travelers Championship back in, I think, 2006 here at TPC River Highlands. And then he went on to finish runner-up and fourth in the next 2 years. Gained 43 strokes total over a 3-year period at TPC River Highlands. And I had him on our betting preview show, which you can check out anywhere you listen to podcasts and on YouTube, just to talk about the golf course and about handicapping golf in general, and specifically handicapping this golf course and this field. We had a great conversation. I'm going to get to some of those names that we talked about, but I wanted to throw that out there because it's fantastic content if you're betting on golf. Looking ahead at the outright board, let's talk about a couple names up top that I do like. Patrick Cantlay is still hanging around 10-1 on DK. He's shortened a little bit from, I think, 12 at the Open. He's getting some action because he's played this course exceptionally well. He's always made the choice to come play the Travelers after U.S. Opens, which you can't say for every player in the field. But when it's an elevated event, do we really know that they want to be here? Some of them I have doubts, but Patrick Cantlay's always wanted to come here and play. He's always played it well, and he's playing well right now. He's not won as many golf tournaments as I think we all think he should, but he's capable of winning the Travelers. So Cantlay at 10-1 for now still feels interesting, even though there's some big names around him. I just think, listen, we have to factor in mental and emotional and physical energy spent at the U.S. Open, battling for 4 days in tough conditions on a tough golf course and getting your brains beat in, but also the travel from L.A. all the way across the U.S. to Cromwell, Connecticut this week. I think that makes a difference. Viktor Hovland at 18-1 is the next guy down the board that I'm still interested in. Obviously, Vic is playing amazing right now. He's got all the ball striking necessary to conquer any course, including this par 70, 6,800-yard Pete Dye design where, you can't necessarily overpower it, although a few have done it, Bubba Watson, DJ in times past, but really just elite iron play and birdie, making birdies and taking advantage of the par fives and a couple of these longer par threes, something Vic can do, I have no doubt. But then you've got a couple of these, a guy like Tom Kim at 35-1 on DraftKings, who finally looks like he got the short game figured out at LACC. He led the field he was fourth in the field in strokes gained approach last week at LACC. And he's a young guy. Like, that's kind of a theme for me. It's like, what else do these guys have to do? He's not married. He doesn't have kids. He's freaking 20 years old. He can't be tired. So, like, what else does he have to do but to travel across the country and win and, like, beat the best names in golf? With this elevated event, we're likely to see a short winner come out of this. And I love this kind of mid-range. Matt Fitzpatrick there at 35-1 is another one. I don't know that Matt is the best. I mean, he's not a terrible fit here. Anybody can win at TPC River Highlands. The number for Matt Fitzpatrick just seems good to me. Like, he's priced the same as Russell Henley, Siwoo Kim, Tom Kim, Ricky Fowler. Like, he should be shorter than all of those players. He's a better player than all those guys more consistently. He's a major champion. He just feels like more of a winner. So I do think Fitzpatrick is somewhat of a value as long as he stays at 35-1. And I would say the same thing about Hideki Matsuyama at 40-1, who did lead the field at Los Angeles Country Club in strokes gained approach for the U.S. Open. He continues to just play amazing. And listen, the putter is going to give Hideki a lot of problems. It gave him a ton of problems Sunday at the U.S. Open. It's the reason he wasn't even close to the conversation. You don't have to be a great putter here at TPC River Highlands. I mean, Russell Knox won here. Hello? You don't have to be a good putter. Great putters have won. Jordan Spieth, right? Xander's not amazing. He's not an amazing putter. DJ, Bubba, both decent putters, but not incredible. Decky could have a peak week or like just an average or slightly above average putting week and win by 2 or 3 shots. I could definitely see it happening. 40-1 feels like an interesting number. Down the board a little more, past champion Harris English at 60-1 is interesting. Played well at the U.S. Open, had it going into the weekend. Kind of fizzled in the weekend, just couldn't get enough going. But past champion here and seemingly arriving back to top form after hip surgery. The short game's always been good, but now the iron play is starting to follow. I think Harris English is a name to watch. Sahith Theegala, Austin Eckroat, a couple of young guys, again, like Tom Kim, nothing to do but come over and win a golf tournament and both playing well. Austin Eckroat's really been playing well the last few events. He is at 80-1. We've not seen Eckroat like really in contention late on Sunday with some big names in front of him. So I could see it being quite difficult for him to close the door. Sahith, we have. And Sahith did finish runner up here last year. He had a couple of runner ups last year, but one being here at TPC River Highlands. I think he had a T27 or something finish at the US Open this just past week. But Sahith obviously has the game. If he can keep it in the fairway and he can choose his spots to be aggressive off the tee, as he is known to spray the driver, obviously he figured out last year how to play this place. But again, young guy, nothing to do but come over and just win a golf tournament. So let's talk about some top 20s. I think, in a field this strong, it's hard to get into that 100-1 range and start talking about a winner because it's just very unlikely. But a lot of those guys could be good values in the top 20 market, because I do think it's a lot different to be a kind of a scrub, for lack of a better word. It's just a lot different to do that and win against the best players in the world, as opposed to like literally finish 10th or 12th or 8th or 20th, but not really be in the conversation to win. And I think there's some guys that present some value here. And I'll start, I want to kind of give you some long shots. Obviously, all those names I just mentioned, Sahith, Eckroat, English, those are all interesting. Hideki, all around the 2-1 or even above 3-1 range to finish in the top 20. But if I want to go a little bit longer, I think Aaron Rai is a name to watch at plus 330. Aaron Rai has been playing quite well. The irons are very solid. And Aaron Rai, God dang it, hits a ton of fairways. And if you're hitting a ton of fairways here, you're going to have a lot of short and mid irons, wedge opportunities into the greens at TPC River Highlands. So I think Aaron Rai is one to watch. Lee Hodges at 4-1 has really started to come on the last few weeks. Some people may have noticed, some have not. But Hodges is a really good stick, and he's got some top 10 finishes on the PGA Tour, and he's done well. Confident, did not play in the U.S. Open last week. He's going to be rested, eager, hungry, and ready to go. CT Pan's another one. He almost won just a couple of weeks ago. He is a past winner on the PGA Tour. He's at 4-1. He's kind of just come out of nowhere and looks really good. And Sam Bennett, the young guy, plus 450 to finish top 20. I can't believe how good this kid is playing in majors, and he doesn't hit it very far, but he hits it really straight off the tee. Check mark here at TPC River Highlands, and he putts it amazing. Also check mark. Great. Along with him, Mark Hubbard, who's seemingly leveled up. Love Mark Hubbard this week. Rested up last week, didn't get into the U.S. Open. The irons have been, he has had some peak iron performances, some of the best and most consistent iron play we've seen out of Mark Hubbard over the last few tournaments of his. So just a few names. Check out tons of more content over on DK Nation, DraftKings YouTube channel, Tour Junkies YouTube channel. Give it a like if you don't mind. Subscribe to the DraftKings YouTube channel if you haven't already. Me and Pat will be back next week to break it down for you. But for now, let's make DraftKings pay. See ya.